Hello there. So I'm out hiking and I'm actually just going up a hill. I'm at the Porter Howard Reservoir, which isn't too far from my home. And it had snowed here yesterday. We got about, 5-6 inches. And today it's 50 degrees. So I'm out probably about the first half mile into the trail that I started. And check this out. So these are water towers. Because this particular park is a reservoir, as I said, so supplies water for the area. So we've got to be careful. It's a little slippery because with the melting here, it's a little bit muddy. So, yeah, it's not too bad. If you saw some pictures of mine a few minutes ago, down at the bottom of the hill, which I'm going to be heading back down again, there's a bit of snow. There's probably a few inches still left. I know where I live, down at the bottom of the mountain, there's almost no snow. I'm going to say about 95% of it's already melted. And yesterday I was outside snow blowing, my thermal socks on and thermal everything. It was about 25 degrees, well, half of what it is today. Oh, check this out. So I'm behind a neighborhood here. So, let me show you. You see way off in the distance a Christmas tree? Look at that. Isn't that cool? All right. This particular park goes behind some pretty big houses too. The neighborhood that it's behind. Now, depending on where you live, this may sound like a lot, but here in Connecticut, houses are probably a little more expensive than other areas. The average house in this particular neighborhood, which is across the street from where I live pretty much, is probably, I'm going to say, $400,000 or more. I guess for those of you that live in New York City, it's not a big deal, but there's houses in here upwards of $1 million. Most of them have like 3-car garages. Not a lot of property though. Most of them have, I'm going to say, probably not much more than I do, which is about 1/3 of an acre, half an acre. So I'm heading down. This is a little treacherous here, if you can see, but I'm about to head down this hill, and it's a little muddy, so I'm going to hang on to the trees along the side here, so I have something in case I slip in the mud and melting snow. A little breeze out. It's not too bad. It's still a little dripping. I think it's just from the trees. I don't think there's much, although it does look pretty cloudy. So I did pack with me, as you know, I'm always prepared, a poncho just in case it does downpour, because I don't want to get completely soaked. And for safety, as there has been coyotes out here, although they don't typically bother people, I do carry a pepper spray. But other than that, I just gotta, you can see I got a little pack on the back. It's just like one of those little, I don't even have water on me because this is going to be a short hike. It's probably going to be about 3.5 miles. Just a loop around the outer part of this park. I've done this park, I'm going to estimate, I don't even know, 50 times. I feel like it's been 50 times. I hiked here a lot in the beginning of my journey when I first started transitioning from walking into more hiking, and did a lot of miles out here. Probably did a lot of muscle building, lost a lot of pounds, just a lot of hiking in the snow. I remember there were times, I'm going to say in the winter of 2014, which was well in the mid of my health journey, and there were times I was hiking in snow that was over my knees at certain areas here, in the snow drifts, and I can remember getting really frustrated and complaining about it until a friend of mine turned me on to snowshoeing, so I am prepared. I have used them a couple times, and I do have them this year when it comes, although don't well need it. You can see the mess I'm walking through. Fortunately, the boots I'm wearing, although they're kind of getting worn, are waterproof. So anyway, there's not a lot of scenic views. This is a hilly hike. It's not a really super challenging mountainous hike, and it doesn't have a lot of distance. Although there are quite a few trails in between in the park. I like this one because it has. It's good for me and my sons when we come out here mountain biking. We don't have great mountain bikes, so I've actually had my derailleur on my bike broke mid-ride out here one time. I was actually almost done riding, and my derailleur on my cheap little Schwinn bike broke, and had to get my wife come up the hill to get me. So I've done a lot of mountain biking out here. There's probably, and I won't be surprised since there's not a lot of people out here, might see a deer. So stick around for a couple minutes, and maybe we will see a deer. This is usually the area. This is a nice area here. So a lot of times I see them out here. I'll keep a watch. Hey, if you see one, let me know. There could be one sneaking up behind me. So this is a rarity in New England. 25 yesterday, 50 today. Yeah, well, we get weather like this from time to time. It's fun. They always say if you don't like the weather in New England, just wait a minute, and it's almost literally like that. So I don't mind it. I take advantage of it when I can. So it's pretty cool. All right, maybe I show you guys some of these houses. Take a look already. You can see them. I hope they don't see me. Well, they probably just think I'm looking at myself. You can see this one. It's pretty big. A lot of these have 3-car garages. I'm spying. Big houses. Anyway, I don't want to attract attention. From what I understand, for those of you who either follow basketball or are from Connecticut, I believe Gino Auriemma owns a house in this neighborhood. It's rumored. I don't know. I don't really follow basketball, so it's UConn basketball. I know that much. But supposedly he has a house in there too somewhere. All right, so as we head, this park does skirt along some neighborhoods. When I get out around the corner, I'm going to be over by a swamp, and then in an open area where there's a gas line and some telephone pole thingies, or electrical wire. Oh, this is pretty neat here. I like this. Some of the rock formations here are kind of cool. They're just kind of cropped up. It's a good area to take a break. All right. Not much. It's pretty quiet out here. I don't see any critters. Seems like all the squirrels are hiding. Normally I see them scurrying around, but it's, for those of you who aren't in my time zone, it's 2:54 p.m. So and I've probably got, well, if we're going on woods time, because it is a little dark in here, probably, I'm going to say another hour of daylight or so. So I do want to get out of here before it gets too dark. Although, I will tell you, an interesting thing is when you hike in the snow, you do get the reflection of the snow, kind of keeping it a little lighter. So maybe I'll luck out that way. But I think I'll be good. This loop should only take me, I'm guessing, about an hour. So I've got a good pace going. I'm not having to be too careful. So sometimes when it's too slippery, I take my time, but it's not too bad. So, all right. Thought I saw something out in the woods out there, but Howdy. Nice. And I don't know if you can hear the wind, but there is a good breeze going. It's not too bad. Not cold, so, and I'm keeping my heart going, so I'm not chilly. Although my hand is probably just a little. I probably could have worn gloves, but I wanted to go a little light. A lot of times my backpack that I carry is so heavy, I don't feel like always carrying it. All right. Nothing out here. Eventually I'm going to be in the deeper woods. I may take a break from the video in a couple minutes just to, okay, I got to pay attention here because the path, yeah, it goes this way. I'm trying to remember this one. I haven't hiked in here in a little while, so I'm also going backwards. Yeah, I'm on the pink trail. Oh yeah, want to see? I'll show you the markers. Now this one here, I'm not going to be, I happen to be on a marked trail, but I will be off. So here, this trail is pink blazed. There's white and pink in here. And then there's a lot of trails that are unmarked in here. Again, it's not a real big park. It's surrounded completely by neighborhoods up here. For those of you who live in the area or are familiar with Manchester, I'm up close to the Highland Park area on the backside. I'm not far from Case Mountain. And actually, this particular park comes close. I've actually hiked through this park to the other side and then walked over to Case Mountain. It's not too bad. There's back ways you can get. All right. Surprised. I saw a couple cars in the parking lot, but I think some people, there is a main reservoir in the middle of the park, and I think people are there. So, I've already gone a mile. That's nice. See that? Nice rocky area. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to go to the left here. This place is actually a lot of fun on a bike. If you haven't tried mountain biking, you got an area where you're close, and I don't often follow my own advice, but if you're new to mountain biking, I highly recommend wearing protective gear. This knucklehead doesn't always, although I grew up taking spills on bikes, so I guess I fooled myself into thinking that I'm Superman. But I will say if I do get a better bike and I hit some more challenging areas, I probably will break down and wear more protective gear when I hike. Oh, some interesting tracks. I don't know what that is. Walking through slush. So I did ask Terry for some hiking boots. Terry's my wife, for those of you who don't know, and so hopefully be getting those. I think they were waterproof.